Sanji, 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 Sanji. Oda, you've done it again. Let's crack down to the meat and potatoes of this chapter. I have to stop using that word. And let's crack down to it. One Piece, chapter 824. And let's begin. Okay, so this chapter really opens up with a great introduction with Luffy and stuff talking about what happened at the Revolutionary Army's base and if they got beaten because there was no news. And normally capturing Sabo and Dragon would have been big news, and that Blackbeard's already destroyed the base. Does that mean the Revolutionary Army actually have already left and fled somewhere else into another secret base that they probably had as well, just in case this one got discovered? And nothing, because we all know that Blackbeard went there to rescue Burgess Jesus and probably do some damage there of the revolutionary armies. Luffy, for the first time, seeing a photo of his father for the first time and notice that he looks nothing like him, but yet again photos don't make him dress. That's what Brooks said anyway, and stuff like that. So Luffy in somewhat saw his father for the first time via a picture, and hopefully one day he will get to properly personally meet Dragon at some given state, because he has to remember that he still hates Blackbeard, what he did during the war at Marineford, taking the Quake fruit, because we know that with Blackbeard, with his Quake fruit ability, what he took from Whitebeard, is that he's able to create waves. And because I think Blackbeard is able to have more than one devil fruit, I think it's mainly because of due to his actual first devil fruit, it's the dark fruit, or the darkness fruit, or the dark fruit. It's because of how it can suck away the abilities of devil fruit users and make them useless and make them like normal people again. So the fact that he can will too is probably because of how his devil fruit works. Yeah, and then they noticed that the kitchen was set on fire, and Luffy used all of his remaining foods on the ship, a week's supply worth of food, into making this curry that he conjured and everybody hates. So they're now going to be starving for a week while they're getting to Big Mom, to seeing Jack on the sea floor wondering if he's going to get rescued or stuff, because he's still in there alive and stuff, even though he's a devil fruit user, but he's literally in the ground in the wreckage from ship that Zoentia gave him and everything. So that's really interesting of that happening. And then we cut to Kaido and talking about how he hates the worst generation, the generation of Law and Luffy's in and everything, because he's talking about that he cannot have now a crew filled with devil fruit users. That was one of his dreams that he wanted apparently, and that he wanted all his crew with devil fruit abilities and stuff like that. And it's really interesting of how that works and everything, because it then cuts. He then continues and he's going as who do they think they are, because of the fact that they defeated a warlord, Doflamingo. In Luffy's case, he actually defeated two, so he's much more of a person to really watchable. But because of how the world government covered up Luffy's defeat of Crocodile, made it look like the Navy story, and how Smoker hated that and everything, and also wants to now abolish the whole Shibukai system along with Fujitora as well. So Katsu Kid in prison got really banged up, beaten up to the point that he's like breathing, or pretty much still alive, but to the point of death, because that's what it looks like, because he hasn't moved by the looks of things, he's just breathing. And that's probably what is how the Alliance ends up then went to join Kaido instead, because of how brutal and powerful they are. Got told that their rescue mission of Doffy went to failure, did not work, because they were going up with Fujitora. Fujitora's devil fruit, gravity fruit, is really one of the things that are very interesting, that he was given, that he's got given this devil fruit ability of gravity, be able to control gravity and bringing stuff towards him. And that's how pretty much the rescue mission for Kaido failed to rescue Doflamingo from the Navy's clutches. So then they notice that they're now in a cold zone and stuff like that, and the food was ready and they were pretty much poisoned. And then it cuts to Big Mom's ship, and we finally get to see Sanji. And in a long while, it was cut. We learned that Sanji cut his ties with his father and his family and stuff like that. And he made sure that his hands are only made to cook food for his friends, and his friends are the Straw Hat crew, Luffy and Zoro and everybody on the Sunny. And he's only want to make foods like this. But this is where Oda went even further to make this even a harder decision to make for Sanji. Hopefully this is going to be a turning point for Sanji to not accept this thing, even if she's a pretty girl, because Charlotte Pudding is an attractive woman. Once they saw a photo of Pudding Charlotte as her name is, and it is really understanding that she's a pretty lady, she's a pretty girl. Something for Sanji's eyes that you know instantly, if you know the character Sanji, will instantly see a pretty lady and really instantly fall in love. He's like Brock when Brock always saw every Joy or every Officer Jenny in the Pokemon universe when he was on his journeys with Ash and Misty and so on. Each time he saw a Nurse Joy and stuff, he always wants to go out with them. The same can be said for Sanji. And so even though he's been around Nami and Robin for so long, it really does give you the question is he going to be able to say no to this, break away from this marriage, so he can go back to his friends and go back to the Straw Hat. Because this is a really interesting chapter. I cannot wait to see what Oda's got planned next, because this was a very informative chapter, very comedic chapter with a few panels here and there being very comedic, definitely when it came to Luffy and Co on the Sunny, and a little bit more of an informative chapter of learning that Wanda finally learns out that Carrot's with Luffy and Co. And it was a very more informative chapter of what happened to Kid, what happened to the Revolutionary Army. We still don't know if they're killed or if they actually are alive and they made it out and everything, because Dragon surely must have escaped, because Cypher Pole and the Navy was battling Blackbeard, and then Blackbeard retreated because of Cypher Pole and everything. So it's always curious about that. But then the ending of this chapter with Sanji being introduced to, and we see a picture of Pudding Charlotte. It's very interesting if Sanji's habits will continually go through with this, or will he be able to control himself, that is a strong word, control himself to actually think that he's got friends and that to go back to, he's got Nami and Robin thinking and everything, because we know how Sanji acts when it comes to pretty girls. So it's very curious how Oda's going to continue this up, because this just became very interesting and everything of this chapter. I really loved this chapter because it was very informative, and it was great that we saw Sanji again in this crew while he's on Big Mom's ship and everything. And he still hates that they presumably thought they killed Peckham's, but I think Peckham's going to be one of the characters that might end up joining the Straw Hats, because of the fact that they pretty much, he's not really part of Big Mom's crew anymore, because he got killed because of his feelings and everything got in the way and he got killed. But other than that, this was a great chapter. Comment down below in this video what you liked and didn't like about this chapter, or head over to my Anime Aminos thread about and post on there as well what you liked and didn't like about this chapter. And also please like my Facebook page, follow me on Twitter, links are down in the video description below, and subscribe if you like, and press the like button if you enjoyed this video. This has been Kai from Kai's Otaku Corner. Hopefully you enjoyed as well as much as I did. See ya, bye bye for now.